你唔會儲屎儲尿儲膽汁儲成世啩？2022年第2條題目咧，係有關於男性嘅生殖系統同埋佢哋相關嘅構造啦。都係嗰句啦，睇翻幅圖有 A、B、C、D、E 咧，有翻好習慣啦。A 係前列腺，B 係附睾，C 係睾丸，D 係尿道，E 就係輸精管啦。題目唔係問你個名咧，就係問翻你 A、B、C、D、E 用個結構去答佢啦。甚或乎就問下佢嘅功能咯，係咪？Part A 就問你啦，減數分裂究竟係邊一個結構去進行嘅呢？咁用翻圖中嘅英文字母去作答啦。咁我唔使審啦，成條題目就問翻你啦。A、B、C、D、E 究竟邊個結構係會產生配子嘅呢？答案自不然就係睾丸啦。去到 Part B 咯，就問翻你啦。A 同 B 呢兩個構造嘅功能啦，前列腺同埋附睾嘅功能啦，各自各解決咗佢啦。前列腺就係製造精液啦，就去提供養分咧俾啲精子嘅。咁啊，因為精子本身咧，佢係極少量嘅能量食物儲存嘅，咁佢真係靠精液去俾養分佢噶啦。亦都有其他嘅功能啦，提供一個媒介俾啲精子去游水啦，同埋啦中和翻女性陰道嘅酸性，去令到啲精子咧能夠喺一個適當嘅環境底下工作嘅。附睾咧就係暫時性短暫儲存精子啦。嗱，今次嘅答案咧就係儲存啊，保護精子啦，咁啊容許精子成長啦。咁咧容許精子成長變得成熟呢個答案係可以照要嘅。不過有一個字咧，真係想大家留意翻嘅就係暫時性儲存精子。咁啊呢個咧書本有講，但係考評局俾我哋嘅答案咧係冇嘅。不過我建議咧一定要寫翻暫時性嘅，因為我哋嘅膽囊啦，同埋我哋嘅直腸。咁你話儲住膽汁係暫時性短暫儲存膽汁，我哋嘅直腸呢，儲存糞便係短暫性儲存糞便，甚至乎我哋嘅膀胱係暫時性儲存尿液。你唔會儲屎儲尿儲膽汁儲成世啩？咁所以啦，附睾咧都一樣啦。咁點解要提翻大家直線抽擊答題法呢？睇翻呢段片啦，成日都叫大家睇翻直線抽擊答題法噶啦。其實正正就係呢個概念啫嘛。你記住呢個感覺咯。人哋問你結構 A 同 B 有咩功能啫嘛，你咪直接答我咯。會唔會見到呢條題目之後啦，就係話咧，結構 A 嘅功能係乜嘢呢？我就講啦，如果冇咗結構 A 呢，嗰個人呢就唔能夠產生到精液啦。你唔會咁講噶嘛，你會直接答我啦。前列腺就係製造精液嘅地方，句號就係咁樣啫嘛。去到 Part C 咯，輸精管切除手術係一個手術啦，去達至男性永久絕育嘅。第一部分就問翻我哋啦，用翻圖中嘅 A、B、C、D 去作答啦。究竟呢個避孕方法係影響咗邊一個構造呢？就係呢一個避孕方法嘅生物原理係如何呢？咁呢個題目啦，就係先去解決翻究竟 A、B、C、D、E 邊一個結構係受影響。呢個題目都好直接啦，講到明輸精管切除手術啦，仲唔係輸精管？最驚就係你答咗尿道嘅啫，你切咗個尿道啊，定係切咗個陰莖去啊？切咗尿道嘅話，你排尿都有困難噶咯，係咪？咁至於呢個避孕方法嘅生物原理呢，我哋就要知道翻輸精管嘅作用啦，就係傳送精子由附睾去到尿道啦。我哋要答嘅就係，當個男性射咗精之後，呢個精液即使被射咗出嚟啦，佢哋係冇精子嘅。但係未夠喎，講完精液入面冇精子，咁你都要講下啦。咁佢生物原理係乜嘢呢？點樣避孕呢？就係兜個圈去問大家懷孕嘅生物原理啦。懷孕嘅生物原理其中一個好重要嘅步驟就係受精，所以你就要講得出，當一個男性做咗呢個輸精管切除術之後呢，佢係冇辦法去令一個女人受精啦。咁呢個題目啦，有啲咩嘅變奏呢？第一啦，就問下你減數分裂佢對於繁殖嘅重要性啦，同埋解釋一下啦。咁亦都可以問下你前列腺同埋附睾嘅重要性。咁頭先嗰啲功能就講咗啦，咩製造精液咯，去提供養分俾精子咯。嗱，呢個功能嚟嘅啫。咁有咩重要性？你講唔講得到呢？依啦就描述一下啦，點樣去做呢個手術啦？無論係輸精管嘅結紮手術啦，定係輸卵管嘅結紮手術啦，有兩個動詞，大家一定要知嘅就係 tying 結紮同埋 cutting 切除。嗱，係結紮同切除就唔可以淨係做一個嘅，冇得淨係結紮。 OK， 冇得淨係翹埋佢，亦都冇得淨係切咗佢，因為切咗之後啦，咁其實如果你容許嗰個管道都仲係打開嘅，都有機會咧仍然容許到精子或者卵子去通過嘅情況，亦都等同於我哋嗰個切臍帶一樣啫嘛。個臍帶你唔係就好似剪彩咁剪噶嘛，兩邊夾住咗先，跟住再剪，如果咪啲血咧就會周圍射噶啦噃。好，跟住啦就嚟到一點出發啦。今次嘅題目咧就由生殖系統開始嘅，就問翻我哋兩樣嘢啦，細胞分裂啦，同埋避孕方法啦。細胞分裂啦，唔使審啦，減數細胞分裂，製造嘅係單倍體配子，對於有性繁殖有咩咁重要呢？第二啦就係避孕啦，當中有咩嘅生物原理啊？預防排卵啦，預防受精啦，預防植入啦，其實就已經可以避到孕噶啦。咁過往都有段片咧係講翻書本入面嘅 MC 嘅，咁啊快手睇下片溫下書咯。題目除咗問你唔同避孕方法佢哋嘅生物原理之外咧，亦都會問下你邊個可靠程度高啲嘅，呢一樣嘢你又識唔識呢？邊一啲避孕方法亦都能夠避免到性病嘅傳染呢？你又識唔識呢？咁啊快啲睇下片溫下書咯。然後啦就再考翻我哋有性繁殖啦，咁啊要比較下啦，男女性嘅避孕方法有冇唔同呢？各式其式嘅種類，你噏到幾多俾我聽呢？又或者啦，女性佢要去避孕啦，咁我哋亦都可以從個月經週期去着手喎，因為啦佢經過荷爾蒙調節嘅，當中亦都牽涉翻我哋嘅 elective one 啊，人體生理學啦。除此之外啦，人類同花嘅比較，你又識幾多呢？過往都有唔同嘅 MC 去考翻人嘅生殖系統同埋植物嘅生殖系統嘅，咁啊快啲啦，又係睇下片溫下書咯。2022 Paper 1B Question 2 is about the human male reproductive system and its associated structures. So once we see the diagram, we have the good habit. For the A, B, C, D, E, we have the labeling first. A is the prostate gland, B is the epidermis, C is the testis, D is the urethra, and structure E is the sperm duct or the vas deferens. And for part A, in which structure does meiosis takes place? Give your answer using the letters in the diagram. So this question is checking us how can we identify the structure which produce the gametes by meiosis. Surely the answer is C. Now remember, answer by using the letter, but not answer me testis. And then for part B, state the functions of structures A and B, prostate gland and the epidermis respectively. So we need to recall the function of them. So very straightforward question. Prostate gland produce a seminal fluid which nourish the sperms, or you can say that provide a medium for the sperm to swim in and neutralize the acidity of the female vagina. So that's the functions. Then for epidermis, store sperms temporarily. You can see the answer doesn't mention the adverb temporarily. So I highly recommend you add this word back, temporarily, because it's just like the gallbladder, urinary bladder, and the rectum. Gallbladder store the bowel juice temporarily. Urinary bladder store the urine temporarily. And the rectum store the feces temporarily. Because you do not expect that we store the feces for your whole life. It doesn't make sense, right? So beware of the adverb. Part C. Vasectomy is an operation for achieving permanent contraception in males. Using the letters in the diagram, state the structure which is affected in this contraceptive method. So the concept checking is that we need to determine which part of the male reproductive system was affected by the vasectomy. Clearly, if you learn in Chinese, it's easy to understand. Vasectomy is talking about the sperm duct. Or you can refer the name of the structure, vas deferens or sperm duct. Surely it is the answer. We never deal with the urethra, right? If you deal with the urethra, you cut it, you tie it, you cannot urinate anymore, right? For part 2, what is the biological basis of this contraceptive method? So we need to recall the function of the sperm duct to transport the sperms from the epidermis to the urethra. Therefore, you need to mention that the ejaculated semen does not contain sperm. And you need to point out how does this operation prevent pregnancy. What is the biological basis? So that's why you need to recall the biological basis of pregnancy. One of the crucial steps is fertilization. Therefore, you have to mention this idea. There is no fertilization. So any possible question variation, state and explain the importance of the meiosis of the reproduction, and then describe how to perform the surgical method. Remember these two action verbs, tying and cutting. Not just cutting, tying and cutting. Surely, it can also ask you the importance of the prostate glands and the epidermis. Let's take a look at the curriculum mapping. This question starts from the reproductive system and then it checks us the concept about the cell division and the contraception. So for the cell division, meiotic cell division produce the haploid gamete. So what is the importance of producing haploid gametes? I think this question you must be very familiar with. And for the contraception, we need to recall the biological basis. We are going to prevent ovulation, fertilization, and implantation. So you can watch this video for revision. And after we talk about different methods for contraception, so we need to think about the reliability or which type of the contraception method can help us to prevent the sexually transmitted disease, for example, AIDS. So are you familiar with this topic? And then we can talk about the sexual reproduction. For example, we need to do the comparison between male and female. For example, for the female, we can talk about the menstrual cycle is also related to the pregnancy or contraception, because we are going to regulate the hormones and it's also related to the human physiology, one of our elective topics. And then for the sexual reproduction, we can compare human and flora. There were different questions about the comparison between human and the plant's reproductive system. So watch the video, do revision.